You need a business mentor. Welcome to the Thursday edition of the Marketing for Owners podcast. It's me, John Butt. This episode is sponsored by the 71 Ultimate Marketing Tools for Small Business Owners. You can find it at marketingforowners.com/71, the number 71. Did I say that it's free? Go there. That is actually the list of the 71 tools, bits of software, apps, etc. They're virtually all free. There's going to be a couple of paid ones, but nothing costs much. I promise you. Mostly free. Those are the things that I and my team use every single day and have done for a while to create over 97,000 customers without any salespeople. By the way, I started by saying over 97,000, it's well over 100,000 now because it still works, but it's the system we teach and it's the tools we use. They're all in there. Some will surprise you, some you've heard of. Anyway, go have a look. Enough of that. Right, I've mentioned before that you need a business mentor, a coach, whatever. The reason I'm going to tell you this again is because you really do. You need someone to talk to. Hey, you can talk to your friends down the pub, at the bar. You can talk to your spouse over dinner. You can talk to your kids. But you need someone who understands. Now let me put this in perspective. My very first business coach was a guy called John. Now I haven't spoken to John for ages because moved on in different things. And John connected with me recently. He'd gone through a lot of life changes, but he was restarting his coaching business, and he had an inquiry. John lives in Keywest in Florida, and he had an inquiry from the UK, and he wanted to ask if I was prepared to speak to him as a testimonial, if a person could speak to me. I said, oh yeah, absolutely. But we also said, hey, we should get in touch. Now I have just had a long chat with John, and you may not know it because these are short. Of course, everyone who knows me does know I like to talk a bit, and I've got a lot to say. So we've just been chatting for about an hour and a half. But hey, we had a lot to say, and he did most of the talking, so give me a break. But John had an e-commerce business. He was my coach. Now, we talked, we bounced ideas. A coach and a mentor does not teach you, they guide you, they help you, they make you accountable, they help you reach your goals, they help you set goals. Nothing that you cannot do. Without it, who are you accountable to? Oh, and if you are accountable to someone, are they going to be someone you respect? So what we discovered at the end is that when we talk to each other, we're good friends, but we understand our business. We're at completely different angles to it, completely different, but we know and trust each other. We know, we understand what we're talking about. We don't have to explain any basics. We can just explain what we're doing, and we're not coaching each other. We are like a mini mastermind, a mastermind with two people. So when we talk, we're talking about personal stuff and all sorts of family because we've known each other for years. However, we're also talking about our businesses, and not in a boring way, just explaining what we're up to and what's new. These things, the online world changes all the time. But the great thing is that when John talks to me, I will hear him say about something he's doing, he's done, he's about to do, and I'll think, oh gosh, yeah, that'll work for me. I will catch a nugget of information. Like when I listen to podcasts, or read a business book, I'll catch one little nugget and I'll think, I can use that no matter how small it is. It might be something so simple as I'm using a particular tool or app for something, and he says, oh, I got one of those, it's free, it does all this and that. And I think, never heard of that, I'll try it, maybe the next best thing. But so we've now arranged that we're going to chat the first Tuesday of every month, and I've just put it in a calendar. I work in the UK, I work in Canada, he's in Florida. We will make it work because we will learn, we know how this stuff works. Go for it. I'm in a strategic coach. I have David at work who's a mentor. I talk to other people. I bounce ideas. You need a mastermind. And funny enough, by coincidence, I've also been on podcasting. I'm setting up, or someone set it up for us, between two of us. The other guy's based in Vancouver, but used to be from the same county as me in Kent. We're going to meet up tomorrow, I think, at local Starbucks and talk about podcasts and our business from that perspective. And that's going to be a new one. These are free because found people who are on the same level. Initially, I paid. Strategic Coach, I pay a lot of money. eMyth, paid. Original Coach, paid. David cost me a fortune because I employ him, and he earns more than me. So prepare to pay. These are people who will help further your business. You have to do it. If you want to speak to me about this, now I don't actually offer coaching, I don't offer one-on-one, but if somebody asked me if they wanted me to mentor, to be available, I would do it. Would you trust me? Do you know me? Maybe you don't. Would I help your business? Oh yeah, and then some. Why on earth do you think I teach all this stuff? You think I don't know anything about your business? You think I can't help you in yours? You are wrong. I have been around for a while. Don't forget, I used to be a door-to-door, cold-calling, commission-only salesman after I left school. I've done a few things. But anyway, this isn't to sell that because I don't really offer it. But if you want some advice, if you want to speak to, say, John, I have no idea what he charges. Probably not a lot. Probably applicable to the client. Speak to me. Email me at info@marketingforowners.com and it will get to me. Say about coaching, mentoring in a subject line, it will get through to me. And I can advise you. If you say, John, what would you charge me? I'll speak to you on Skype. You can find out if you actually like me and then we can discuss it. Who knows? It's not something I offer, but I can be convinced. I'll do anything for cash. Anyway, enough of that. I am going to recommend you a drive time podcast now. This was one I was recommended the other day and I listened to it and it's got on my shortlist on my iPhone. I listen to lots of podcasts. Not many get a regular download on my iPhone because I can't listen to them all. This is from Pam Moore at Zoom Social Media. But if you look up, it's kind of like mine. It's on most days. It's short. It's sort of 10 minutes, sometimes half an hour. All vary, but all to do with marketing, applicable tips, how to use things. I mean, I was listening to one on the other day on all about Triber, which is TRIBERR.com, how she uses it, how it works for her. I wanted to hear from an expert. She's great. She's got a good voice. She is on the Forbes top 10 social media women recommended list, and that's a pretty big deal. So look up Pam Moore, Zoom Social Media. Go to marketingforowners.com/podcast, look up the full transcript of this and all the others, and the details of every single podcast will be in the show notes. I've told you before. Remember that's sponsored by? It's kind of free and it's mine. Just sign up for it and see how we do marketing. marketingforowners.com/71. You won't regret it.